Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani. Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GRE. We have been solving math problems out of this book here, the official guide to the GRE, the revised general test. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problems that we are about to solve are the ones that you will find on page number 220. Please turn to page 220, problem number 9. A little while ago I said problems, and now I say problem because it has parts. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, I believe. A, B, C, D, E. There you go. And yesterday, for those of you who watched the video yesterday, it was a very long video. It was a half-hour long video where we talked about the basic concept of percentages. It was a long lecture. These videos, 4 videos starting from yesterday, 84, 85, 86 and 87, are meant for those people who are a little shaky on their concept of percentages, do not know how to what the fraction equivalents are or what the decimal equivalents are, and they do not know how to set up the equation when the percentage problem is given on the exam. Well, if you happen to be one of those people, these 4 videos are meant for you. Okay, take your time and make sure that you absorb everything in them. You will find the information probably useful. One never knows. Day number 85. Problem number 9. It has, as I said, it has 5 parts to it, so let's do them one by one. Part A says 40% of 15. 40% of 15 is what? Well, here's our dictionary that we set up yesterday, and of course I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. You have to watch yesterday's video to understand what I mean by dictionary. 40% means out of 100, per 100. Percent means out of 100. 40% out of 100. Of means times 15. Means is our word we replace with equal sign. And what, of course, is your x. What is your unknown, which we traditionally replace with an x. But if you wish to replace it by a y, knock yourself out. Alright, let's simplify it. The zeros cancel out. This 10 can be reduced by 5. This becomes 2 and this becomes 3. And this 2 goes out with the 4. Oh, this is it. We are done. X equals 2 times 3. This is very simple. X equals 2 times 3. So everything else goes away. Everything else goes away. 2 times 3. X equals 6. Now how would you convince me that that in fact is the correct answer? How would you convince me that that in fact is the correct answer? I'm going to do it one more time slowly, even though you can rewind the video very easily, but here we go. It was 40 over 100 times 15 is what it was. And of course there is no proper sequence. You can do it any way you like, so I'm going to do it different way this time. This time I'm going to do it different way. See what happens. The 0 cancel out. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then this 5 can be cancelled out with this thing, and it becomes, so now same as before, 2 times 3. Of course it's same as before. What I meant is that I thought it was 3 times 2 as opposed to 2 times 3. But obviously not, because it's, never mind. It's 2 times 3. That is your x. X equals 6. Can you convince me that that in fact is the right answer? Well, let's do it quickly, shall we? Let's do it quickly. What can we do it? I need the room. These are the words that we learned yesterday. One word was cogent, which is a good word to know. What does it mean to be cogent? It just means to be persuasive, convincing. Learn it properly. You will learn that word along with some other good words on the vocabulary videos, which is there to help you raise your score in the reading part of the exam, because vocabulary is a very important ingredient of the reading part. You must have a good vocabulary for the GRE or for the SAT or for the GMAT, even though you're not here for that. Watch the video. Just type in vocabulary. Type in my name, Keshwani, vocabulary, day 32 or day 7, and you will learn the word cogent or recapitulate. Can you convince me that that in fact is the right answer? Well, let's find out. The question was 40% of 15. Well, 40% of 15 is what the question was. I know that 10% of 15 is just 1/10 of 15. If I take the 15 and divide by 10, 1/10 of anything, 1/10 of any number represents the 10% of that number. So 15 divided by 10 is just 1.5, which is the 10%. If 10% equals 1.5, 10% of 15 equals 1.5, then it stands to reason that if you were to take 4 times the amount, 40% should be 1.5 times 4. And how do you figure out 1.5 times 4? Well, that may sound like a very silly question to you, but there is a reason why I'm asking you this thing. 1.5 times 4. Well, 4 times 1 is 4, and half of 4, 0.5 here, 0.5 times 4, or half of 4 is 2. Voila! 1.5 times 4 is 6, which is exactly what we found. So it turns out that 6 is in fact 40% of 15. 40% of 15. Now, another way we could have solved the problem, I just thought of it. I'm going to erase this part and redo one more time, different way. Another way we could have solved our problem is, yesterday, if you remember, I gave you a very long sermon of how important it is to memorize these figures in this chart. All your decimal equivalent, all your fraction equivalent, and so forth. 40%, if you remember, we learned yesterday, 40%, 0.4, 40% is 2/5. So the question simply is here, 40% means 2/5, and off means times 15. And if you knew that part, this is very simple. That's it. 2 times 3 is 6. We're done. Let's do one more, shall we? Let's do the next one. I don't know how far I will go. I don't know if I want to do all 5 of them here, because I'm getting a little tired today. The last video of half hour long killed me. The next question is, (150% of 48). What is 150% of 48? Again, there are 2 ways you can do it. We'll first do it with the equation, just so you understand how to use this thing. And then if you can see the quicker way, we'll do the quicker way later on. So let's do it. What means x? We replace what with x? Is means equal. 150% means over 100, out of 100, over 100. Times, off means times and multiply, 48. That's it. All you have to do is solve for x. All we have to do now is solve for x. Let's do it then. How many 50s in 100? There are 2 50s in 100, and there are 3 50s in 150. And then you can divide top and bottom by 2. If you divide top and bottom by 2, this 2 disappears and this becomes 24. So it turns out that x equals 3 times 24. I don't know what 3 times 24 is, but I do know what 3 times 25 is. 3 times 25 is 75. And therefore 3 times 24, it's going to be 3 less than that. It's 72. Let's verify this very quickly, shall we? We're going to verify this answer very quickly. The question was, what is 150% of 48? Well, 150% of something, 150% of something must equal 100% of something plus a 50% of something. Well, 150% of something equals 100% of something and 50% of something. What is 100% of 48? Well, 100% of 48 is 48, obviously. And what is half? What is 50% of 48? 50% of 48 is 24. And these two figures, 48 plus 24, better add up to 72. And if they don't, then we got a problem. 48 plus 24, that's 12, carry 1, 7, voila. You see, that's it. I'm going to stop right here. We'll do the next 3 parts, C, D, and E tomorrow, okay? Otherwise it's going to be a very long video like yesterday. I don't like that. And I'm getting a slight headache. Yeah, I know. Whining is my forte. Let's end this video with a vocabulary word that I just used. Where can I put it? Let's put it on the top. We don't need this anymore. Where can we put the vocabulary word for today? Let's put it here. I said whining is my forte. it's supposed to have an accent, and I'm not going to put the accent because I do not know, I don't want to make a fool of myself. I do not know whether it's accent aigu or accent grave. And if you don't know what the hell I just said, ignore it. Forte is a strong point. Somebody's strong point. Literally, forte is these terms. The antonym of forte is foible. I don't know if I've covered these words in my vocabulary videos, and if I have not, these will be excellent words to cover in the future vocabulary videos, and I'll have to make a note of them. There aren't too many words starting with F, so... Oh, what do you know? I did cover them. What the? Day number 48. Day 48. Both of them. Of course, both of them, because one is the antonym. Foible is your weak point. Somebody's foible is somebody's weak point, and these terms come from fencing. Foible is the very tip of the blade. In the fencing, the blade that you use, the very tip of it is foible. The forte is the part, the other half. If this is your sword, the half that is closer to your hand, which is the strong half, is the forte. The upper half, which is the weaker part of the blade, is called the foible. So, anyway, we're going to end our lecture at this point. I don't know, they come out of nowhere. I did not intend to end with a vocabulary part, but it doesn't hurt to improve your vocabulary, does it? It's good to have good vocabulary, particularly if you're preparing for GRE, or for that matter, particularly if you're preparing for a job interview, for that matter. It matters. You understand? Where was I? So I was just whining because it's my forte. Do you understand? I'm getting a headache, so I'm going to stop. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye.